Spin fire in the booth, but I'm not a rapper. Purpleroom RecordingZ episode 116. And before I do the whole thing of my intro and being cute and all that shit, I really want to talk about Kanye West because this fucking guy has been off his rocker for a long time, and I feel like nobody is putting the time and energy that he is into fucking up again, into figuring out exactly what the fuck is going on with him. So, unless you've been living under a stone, he's back at it again, being a complete quack and doing whatever the fuck he wants. Guy wore a White Lives Matter shirt, and his explanation for it was really shallow. Every time Kanye does something like this, it just everybody kind of throws their hands in the air and pretends like, oh, he's not crazy. He's not, this isn't the first time he's done something like this. We should just all forgive him. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't, but we need to understand what the fuck is going on with him, right? I think he goes through these bouts of psychosis where he doesn't know who the fuck he is anymore, or who's what, or who's doing what to him, and he thinks everybody's out to get him, including some of the people that have contributed to his development as to who he is today, like him and Diddy, that conversation they had where he released the tweets. Every time he does this shit when he wants us to listen to his music, or he's fucking bored in his big ass house by himself or something. We all know the fucking drill. Now, that's kind of I feel like it's the people that are supposed to be watching over him. It's their responsibility to make sure that this fucking guy gets up and gets dressed in the morning, because it's obvious that he won't do it by himself. And let me just start off by saying shame on you for letting him just act out like this. But at the same time, Kanye is a grown fucking man. You can't control him, especially with how powerful he is and how everybody knows he's a free thinker and he thinks everybody's an idiot but him. He's got this whole complex, and rightfully so. Guy has made some of the best fucking music on earth. He's got, billions of dollars investments off of his music. Guy owns his fucking royalties, I think. And, it's really fucking sad to see him act like this, because he really doesn't know, what he's doing. And if he does know, he doesn't care. And I don't know which one is worse. So the fucking thing with this guy, man, is I really do think the psychosis, he'll go through these just fucking episodes of not knowing what to do with his time. Because if you think about it, guys, he's did everything he's ever wanted. Every fucking crazy ass fantasy music video, album, success, touring, merchandise. He's done everything that he's touched, kind of turned to gold, except for his marriage. And he just keeps on going back and forth into this constant state of staying out of the spotlight, doing whatever the fuck Kanye does, and being directly in the middle of it all, but for the wrong reasons. And I don't know what the fuck is going on. Maybe it's maybe it's some sort of, way for him to get to put himself back out there or whatever. Not everybody, you can Google Kanye and be like, okay, so we all know who he is. He doesn't have any problems with staying relevant. I don't know what he's doing though. I genuinely have no fucking idea at this point, because at this point it just seems like he just wants to piss people off. And if that's the goal, then I guess so, just say so. But it doesn't seem like that's what he's doing. It just seems like he's fucking confused, and he has a bunch of time and energy, and he's just choosing to do with it the wrong things. Let me pull up the fucking tweet, if I can even find it. This shit's probably deleted already. I'm gonna go to Kanye's page right now, and if it's not deleted, I'm gonna be genuinely surprised. So give me a minute here. Holy shit, there it is. Nope, all of the messages are still on. All right, we're gonna read some of these, because I think this fucking guy is off of his shit. Where are the ones with him and Diddy? he has this thing, Dad 2022, White Lives Matter, ja 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 ja. I thought that was so funny. What did you like about it? The black man was declaring the obvious. And then the caption says, "For the first time in 45 years, I made my I made my super educated former Black Panther father proud. And by the way, Dad's what the fuck is he talking about? By the way, Dad, there's an NPC trying to pick on me. What should I do?" So do you really think that this is somebody that gives a fuck about what you have to say or anybody has to say? Like this is so fucking odd. I don't get it. And I had this theory a long time ago too. I never really thought it was important to bring up because I didn't think that it was that relevant at the time, but now it's yeah, I think we should all like kind of come to the conclusion that on top of Kanye already suffering from some sort of like narcissism or some sort of like heavy narcissism, his mom dying really fucked with him. That I feel like that turned his development in the wrong direction. How he grieved and how he handled that whole thing, you know, probably didn't add to that either. And I'm not gonna tell you how to grieve, like that's never gonna be my job, but it had something to fucking do. You know, you lose your mom, that's a problem you can't solve. So obviously, and then now guy is talking to his dad. I thought Kanye didn't know his dad. It doesn't fucking matter. Guy's still talking wild. So those messages with him and Diddy are gone. I guess I'll go to these ones. I guess this is still his father that he's talking to. "I appreciate you so much," and then he added a heart to this message that he received. "All good, bro. I think a beautiful move would be to take some of the proceeds from the White Lives Matter shirt and give in to the meaningful way to our black people, unlike Black Lives Matter did. Love this. No one will see this coming." You know, I'm not a fucking politician. I'm not about to talk politics, especially when it's excuse me, when it's someone like fucking Kanye. But the guy is whatever the fuck he's doing. It's obviously it's damaging. It's dumb. He's not thinking long term. If this is really if that's like what the fuck he's trying to do, that's the most Aaron Yeager shit I've ever heard in my life. You're willing to become a monster just so your people can be saved. I'm down with that. What I'm not down with is him going after people that are trying to check up on him and be like, "Hey, do you want to talk about this shit? Like, can I give you my 2 cents?" And he's just like, "No, what I'm doing right here, this is fine. Fuck you." I love that attitude from him, but when he just does it the wrong way every fucking time. Like, if that message is true, if he really does give his proceeds to Black Lives Matter, unlike, you know, whatever the fuck he said, then can you really be mad at him? Because technically he did the right thing at the end at the cost of his fucking reputation, but it's clear that he already doesn't give a fuck about that because he's willing to shake his ass on the internet for free. So, like, what do we really have to say about that? And personally, I think that Kanye is, you know, he is the perfect example of an evil genius. He will outsmart you. He will outgame you. He'll fucking loophole his way into a situation, one way or another, and he knows it. And we all don't know it, and we don't know whenever the fuck he's gonna pop off, and that's why it's always like a trip to find out, like, okay, so this guy is he actually fucking crazy, or has he just been locked in his head forever? And when he's off of his medication, or his bitches don't call him, or whatever the fuck, like, is that when he actually decides to step out of the shell that is his body, and project like what he really is as a person? The man is an enigma. I don't know. Now, something that I think is like the hottest take of the week when talking about Kanye, because this fucking guy has been the main topic of, besides Meg Thee Stallion and Master Chief hooking up at TwitchCon, this has been the one thing that I cannot get off my fucking feed. That and that I took the wall, that fucking song Yachty made. I can't get this shit off my feed, bro. So this guy Willie D, don't really know who the fuck he is, but apparently he's important to the story, or he's important in general, but to the story, like, he's the main thing. His take was, he said that Kanye's mother committed suicide, didn't die in a surgery. She actually committed suicide because she knew that she created a monster with Kanye. I don't know what the fuck would make him say something like that. But the thing is you shouldn't say anything. Like, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? So his mom killed himself. Why the fuck would anybody fucking do that? That doesn't make any sense. His mother committed suicide because she couldn't live with the pain of knowing that she created a monster. Let me tell you something. Personally, you can feel however you want to, but I'm just gonna be personal with myself. Like, let me keep it real for a minute. If I had a kid and they had half of the success that Kanye did at the cost of them losing their noodle a little bit, I think I'd still be proud of them. So I don't know why the fuck he thought that he had a turn to say that. Let me pull up the exact. It was a video, so I can't really read what he said, but I can definitely look up the tweet, because that was like the fucking headline for me. That was the bell. I'm like, oh. So Willie D says Kanye's mom passed away to get away from Kanye. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck does that even mean, bro? Do you really believe that shit? You honestly think that I don't know what Kanye's mom's name is. Let's look it up. But do you really think that Kanye's mom took her own life because her son was the way that he was? I don't think Kanye was going through anything heavy when his mom was alive either. So that's another reason why it's like, well, I'm not a Kanye like expert, but you know, if somebody wants to fact check me, you're more than welcome to. But to my knowledge, I don't think Kanye was fucking going deep and saying white lives matter and saying that he wants to be the first Latino president and, you know, all this other wackadoo fucking nut job shit. I don't think he was saying any of that when his mom was around. So let me look up what his mom's name is. Kanye's mother's maiden name. Fuck is it? Oh, I'm so fucking stupid, bro. The fucking album's name is Donda. Do you see how, on top of me being really jaded whenever I have to speak about Kanye like this, I'm also a little tired today, so that's why there's no green screen. Very personal. Like, when I have the green screen up, I want the vibe to be like, oh, fucking Drapion, like, we're cool. Today, like, I'm just pissed. I'm done. I'm fucking tired. I'm so fucking sick of this guy. I'm sick of people fucking around and pretending like that what he's doing is okay when it's not. Like, you have kids, you have a family. There's a really big reason why Kim left. There's a reason why, like, you know, he doesn't have a lot of people in his circle. Do you really fucking think that him and Jay-Z, I think they're cordial? We're never gonna get Watch the Throne 2 again. They're not tight like that no more. If we get Watch the Throne 2 from those guys within the next 2 years, I'll make a video of myself eating a cake that says Donda on it because I forgot her name. So Donda West. So far, what did we learn? Donda West killed herself to get the fuck away from Kanye because he's a nut job, according to Willie D. And Kanye is going to use the proceeds from that White Lives Matter, whatever the fuck that was, him wearing the shirt, rally, whatever. He's going to use the proceeds to that and give that back to the black community because he's going to give that back to his community because Black Lives Matter never gave any of their proceeds to the black community. So if all of this is true, then Kanye is an absolute genius. This is him starting the rumbling, and we should all be fucking thankful and bowing down to him because he's obviously smarter than all of us. Yay, hooray. Fucking Kanye West, bro. And the fucked up part about all of this shit is we're not gonna know what the fuck the motive this behind all this shit is until like 3 months later. We're not gonna know, because if he says all of the shit and he continues to do all of this, and it's like, hey, you know, he's gonna keep on saying, oh, white lives matter, and you know, fuck you, nigga, I don't want to listen to you. He's calling out Diddy, saying that Diddy was a fucking op on Twitter, or in the message. Diddy messages him on iMessage, sends him a message like, bro, I want to talk to you man to man. I can fly out there. I just want to make sure that you're good, and I want you to know that you're hurting our people with what you're doing. And Kanye's like, fuck you, Diddy, you an op. The guy that wore the White Lives Matter shirt is calling Diddy an op. Again, man, like, I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but it's just a fucking grand mystery to me. Like, what the fuck is going on in this guy's brain? We'll never know. We will never know. So he's gonna keep doing this shit. Like, if we're gonna follow the Kanye map, he's gonna keep doing inflammatory things, you know, from here on out until, and then one day he's gonna pop up and all of this shit is gonna be deleted off of his Instagram, and then he's gonna drop a fucking message that says Donda 2 coming, and then it's gonna say the date, and we're all gonna be like, oh my god, new music, and we're all gonna completely fucking forget that he went on this whole tirade about, you know, not wanting to listen to anybody that's black, and this White Lives Matter shit, and him talking to his dad, acting like people give a fuck about that. You're a 45-year-old man, grow the fuck up, he's not important anymore, you're rich, like, you have all of the money in the world, you have your own family, you have how many fucking things to worry about, and you want to show us messages of you talking to your dad? Cool, I guess. Like, we're dealing with somebody that doesn't give a fuck about anything. The only thing Kanye really cares about is himself. And that's not necessarily a good thing either, because I feel like when you have kids, you have to relinquish that part about you. Like, you can't be selfish anymore. You can't. But he's divorced. He has no fucking family. This goes back to, I was having a conversation with somebody a long time ago, and they said, like, something that a man always needs, a successful man will always have a wife, or at least, like, someone in their life that is, like, steadfastly behind them, that can check them on their shit, someone to love. And, you know, like, if you have a family, that's a bonus, but more of you need somebody in your life to just make sure that you're going in the right direction so you don't fly off the handle. Kanye doesn't have that right now. And for all of this, for what it's worth, we have to take into consideration that his marriage got fucked in the ass. His family life is, like, non-existent. I'm pretty sure, like, if we can even go further down the line, he was beefing with Pete Davidson for the long time. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, I've totally forgot about that. That probably had something to do with, like, his fucking nut job shit. Pete Davidson probably he probably seen a message of Kim and Pete, or he probably seen a picture of Kim and Pete, like, holding hands, and he fucking, like, lost his mind. The big ass, like, the fucking thing triggered came up, and he started fucking, everything started shaking, and he's like, Kanye must have attention, and then he just went off the fucking handle. We'll never know until we get, like, the fucking proper rollout for Donda 2, because when that comes out, bro, like, when Donda 2 is announced, all of this shit is gonna just make sense. But right now, we're all left in the fucking dark. It's like when you're a little kid, and your uncle or your fucking, like, a family member will like come in the room when you're trying to sleep when there's a family party, and they'll, like, try to scare you, and then, like, close the door and turn on all the lights. It's like, well, what the fuck was that for? Like, what just happened? And then you don't know what happened, and then you're just left in the black dark until you get the fuck up and find them and be like, what the fuck was that? And then it's like, oh, it's just fooling around. Kanye has been free. He's been free to act like this for too fucking long. And I feel like nobody gives a fuck about that. Please get help. Take your medication, people. Please. This is what happens when you have a psychotic, like, psychosis episode. And you don't know what the fuck, where is where, and who is what, and, like, what the fuck the difference between a tree and a cow is. This is what happens. Take your meds if you need them. Drink water. talk to people that are like, talk to actual human beings, not the little cartoon people in your head, and realize what you're doing is super fucking confusing and a little damaging, considering like how enormously famous you are and how much money you have and how many investments people have inside of in you and how many investments you have in the outside world. Again, Kanye's a billionaire. He doesn't need to worry about any of that. His family, his bloodline will be rich for generations to come. And I think he knows that, so that has to play into this, fucking like what a cacophony of bullshit that is him going on social media and just flying off the handle. I'm done talking about Kanye now. I'll talk about him forever. No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep going. This nigga is crazy. I don't know what he's doing. I don't. And I like Kanye. I really do. I have a friend that's the biggest fucking Kanye supporter ever. Went to his shows. He's got fucking Yeezys, got CD, got all of his fucking albums, all of this man's albums. Mint condition, really good. Listens to every piece of music that comes out, whether it's good or bad. Doesn't necessarily keep up with him when he acts like this, but overall he's like a very big fan. He was an integral part of his development as a person, and that was one of his role models growing up. So to get that guy's opinion on all of this, and him saying like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with him, but the music is good, is like, that's everybody's answer. And I feel like it should be a little deeper than that now, because he keeps doing it. So it's like, if he's gonna keep flying off the fucking handle, and then like it's like kaput, then what the fuck is going on? It's like this isn't really the same thing, but with Marilyn Monroe, right? When Marilyn Monroe was at like her peak or just coming up, she was pretty off. Like if you interviewed her, like this was a extremely beautiful woman. Like we all knew that. Crazy, talented everywhere, Broadway, dresses. Men literally like dying at her feet, had the world by the nuts. And when you interviewed her, you got anything deeper from her, there was always like this fucking like overlaying cloud over her head that was just so dark that you kind of knew like, all right, there's something going on with her, but we're not going to say anything because she's successful and she's really hot and she's pretty and she's making a shit ton of money. So she has to be fine, right? She's got to be okay. She has to be in the best. She's like having the best time of her life. You don't know that. And then what happens? She fucking overdoses on drugs and everybody acts like, oh, what happened? I don't know. She must have been so sad. And then it's like, are you fucking serious? It's right there. I'm not saying Kanye is going to do something like that. I'm not saying that. Kanye loves himself way too much to fucking take himself out of the world. So I don't think it's anything like that, but the correlation is a little similar. Like you don't know what's going on with him, and because of that, it's just like you're not gonna really know what's happening until he just either says so or something drastic happens. And I feel like when he keeps doing shit like this, he's telling us something subconsciously, like, hey, maybe I should be, I want to do something more. I want to get to know somebody else, or I should be talking to a professional or something, because just because you have all the fucking money in the world doesn't mean you don't need help. But what the fuck do I know, right? I'm just a dude in a purple room. I don't know shit about Kanye. The guy is he'll figure it out. He always does. It's just a matter of time until he announces Donda 2. Anyway. Onward and upward. If you don't have anything, or if you don't know about shit about shit, I'm out here fucking recording my podcast. This guy FaceTimed me. We're gonna call him Art by Larry. If you fuck with Art by Larry, you should follow Art by Larry. Bro is cool. Art by Larry. He FaceTimed me right now. We're about to see what he want. Answer the phone. He FaceTimed me 1 minute ago. He has to answer. There's no fucking way he's busy now. With the cat. Okay. He's gonna have to call us back then. leave it right there. Boom, headshot, baba booey. It's almost Monday, or it is Monday, or it's Tuesday with you seeing this. But when you're hearing it, it's going to be Monday. So that's pretty cool. Spin fire in the booth, but I'm not a rapper. Purpleroom RecordingZ episode 117. We live and direct in that big fat. I don't really feel like cussing all that much today. I'm not about to do the whole thing, but just know that I'm here for you. It's always raining. It's always raining in this motherfucker. The days are getting shorter. It's getting colder. It's going to start raining for real. Like physically, I'm going to go outside and just be like, oh, you know, real good shit. And, you know, maybe Kanye will take a cup and go outside and drink some of that rain and be cool, because I'm getting a little sick and tired of this guy like flying off the fucking handle and not making any sense. God damn, I can't believe this whole episode was about Kanye West. So fucking be it, man. But yeah, I'm Devon, aka Drapion. I'm happy you guys were able to tune in today. This episode is like a little shorter than I wanted it to be. A lot of preparation and getting this set up, or getting it to look like this. It may not look like much, but I promise you it took a while to do this. Next week we're gonna have to see like it's gonna be a surprise. Like, I like it like this, but you know, just based off the feedback I get, we're gonna have to like take it from there. It's all a work in progress. I'm just saying, like, if you fuck with it, just stick around. We're getting better. But yeah, spin fire in the booth, but I'm not a rapper. I'm Devon, aka Drapion. I'm out of here. That's right.
Baby, I'ma catch you, not supposed to fall to the end. Can we still be friends? I won't let anyone in. You'll never see me again. All I was us to the end. Can we still be friends? I won't let anyone in.